Das sieht mir nach einer kleinen Map aus Nuketown. Na. Wohl. Vielleicht. 13 Sekunden, Sascha. Jetzt wird's Zeit, den Stream aufzumachen.
Nee, weil ich geh jetzt essen.
Oh.
Ja, ich habe noch nichts gegessen heute. 7 Uhr.
Mach's danach.
Nee. Wie lange dauert das?
Ich glaube so 20 Minuten. Oh, es geht
Nee,
los.
ich geh jetzt essen.
Bin gespannt.
Ich verpasse nichts, meiner Meinung nach.
Oder?
Du kannst mir sagen, ob es dir gefällt oder nicht.
Jupp.
Aua.
David van der Haar. Nice.
On behalf of the teams at Treyarch and Raven and all our development partners across the world, thank you for joining us. Today,
Schon krass, wie die das eingerichtet haben, ne? Alter.
The world, the missions, the weapons, the characters and the systems. And you know, we'll make some fun announcements along the way. From here on out, we talk directly to you, the best fans in gaming. Joining me throughout the show is a big cast of characters from across the studio, along with some of your favorite Call of Duty content creators and streamers. One thing you've come to expect from a Black Ops game is that we are never quite satisfied with the status quo. We are always looking for a way to do it better. But some things shouldn't change, and for every multiplayer game we make, one thing hasn't: how we start things off. This is the worldwide debut of the Black Ops Cold War multiplayer trailer.
Multiplayer-Trailer. Ja, da bin ich gespannt drauf. Wie der da steht. Okay, es geht los, nice. Bisschen Herzklopfen gerade.
Threat neutralized.
You're here because you're the best special forces NATO has to offer.
You're all that keeps the world from turning to cinders, comrades.
We work off the books
Operate in the shadows.
to keep the wolves at bay.
Today, we reshape the world.
Miami.
Let them come.
PKP vielleicht? Fuck. Granatenwerfer, okay. North Atlantic. Das, obwohl... Mit sowas wie Battlefield? Ist schon nice, aber... die Sniper sah geil aus. Oh, shit. Okay, das ist ein Server secure oder so. Angola, okay. Ja. Ah, shit. Usbekistan. Oh, das ist geil. Der ist tot. Das sieht für mich ganz nach Dings aus. Wie heißt es? Ground War. Sieht ganz ziemlich nach Ground War aus. Ich hoffe, dass Team Deathmatch drin ist. Ich bin auf die Beta gespannt. Bisher sah ich kein Team Deathmatch oder so.
You just saw it. This is an unapologetically Cold War game set in the 80s, but it's still a Black Ops game. And for over a decade, we built our multiplayer experiences atop a core set of guiding principles. They form our pillars, deniable operations that deploy around the world, signature combat tailored to how you play, connected experiences that deliver free, robust, ongoing content, and integrate deeply into the next evolution of Warzone. Today, we're going to explore each of these facets of multiplayer. We're going to show you how this globe-trotting, cinematically connected experience is our most immersive yet. And then, we're going to show it to you in a way we never could before, with a little help from some friends. First up, the bedrock of Black Ops, deniable operations. These are the places in multiplayer you never saw, and the things you never did. The missions that stay off the books, and the targets and sources who stay off the record. The Cold War we set out to build is realistic. It's plausible. Most importantly, it's inspired by a gritty historical tone that we've woven into every element of our game's world and story and gameplay. Chaotic and always confidential, the deniable ops lie at the heart of multiplayer, raising the bar while creating a clear and unique narrative that influences every bit of our world building.
Okay.
For Black Ops Cold War, that world building drove each multiplayer level in two ways. With the signature level design you've come to expect, and by pushing the visual bar and immersing players into a narrative of unfolding events. The fight to recover a downed satellite in the Central African desert, battles that unfold on the neon-soaked streets of Miami's famed South Beach. Deniable ops are the Black Ops stories inspired by history, but forgotten by the history books. We've selected 5 maps to give you a small taste of the range of deniable ops awaiting in multiplayer. Later today, you'll see them played, but here's a few of my teammates to share what they loved most from how they were made.
My name is Brittany Beidelman. I'm a level designer.
I'm Kendall Snow, associate level designer.
I'm Brittany Perello, producer.
I'm Matt Kutris, senior level designer.
In Satellite, a top-secret American recon satellite
Has lost power and crashed in the deserts of Angola. With hired DGI forces closing in,
now it's a race to secure the crash site.
what I love about Satellite is the fact that it's just this amazing natural space.
Because larger maps have more components, we can apply more details into maps like Satellite, which make them feel even more natural. The satellite at the center is like a king of the hill. Anyone who wants it has to run toward you because it's raised higher than the rest of the map.
I'm usually playing one of two ways. All in, full ham, dying again and again. Or in objective modes, I'll flank and get the jump on people. Satellite scratches both of those itches. Even though it's an outdoor space, the map's two different regions mean I can play long and short range tactics.
I'll be honest, I am trash with the sniper rifle, but a shotgun, that I can do. I have always been a big fan of close quarters combat, and there is great cat and mouse style gameplay.
Tomahawk. Das gefällt mir.
Satellite is a super fun spot to try and outplay your enemies. Predict
Ich will
which
Team
way they'll
Deathmatch
circle
Maps
the
sehen.
debris to run up behind them, or just
So
duck
Bock auf
inside
Team
the
Deathmatch,
satellite
ne?
and take your shot.
This is going to be one of those classic Black Ops maps the world knows and loves for how quickly engagements fire up. East and West collide on the open seas in a top-secret mission.
Inspired by a real-life event, Project Azorian, CIA, JSOC, and Soviet forces converge to recover a sunken prototype nuclear Soviet submarine from the ocean floor.
The calm waters of Armada explode into massive naval conflict as players battle for control of large naval vessels.
With no lanes walling you in, players can engage on ships' decks, in the water, and on vehicles like wake runners and gunboats. Armada is chaos in the best way.
This really cool map that gives this amazing sense of exploration. There are so many little individual areas to find and new ways to surround or
Ich bin
flank
wirklich
your
gespannt,
enemies.
Alter. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was ich bis jetzt davon halten soll. Die Waffen hören sich auf jeden Fall
A
richtig
hidden
geil an,
safe
oh mein
house
Gott.
has been discovered right in the heart of the USSR. In
Wir
the
wissen, welche
shadow of
Game-Modis es
Moscow's
Es gibt bis jetzt
opulent
Satellite.
civilization. With Spetsnaz dispatched, the area has gone
Ja.
hot.
So the Moscow map is set in the dead heart of a big city. So you're wandering through these streets with a bunch of cars, and there's tall buildings on either side of you.
There's this sense that you've been dropped into a point in history.
First thing I do is run right to the center because that's where all lanes cross in the Moscow map. And eventually, it doesn't take long, people are going to run through the metro station. So you can just sit there and wait, but chances are there's going to be people running right into your line of fire right off the bat.
It's a classic 3-lane map where teamwork really makes the dream work.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Alles klar, Digga. Ja, alles
January
klar.
17, 19.
Miami, okay.
This location is heavily influenced by Miami's famous, or perhaps infamous, Ocean Drive. This is a night map, but one unlike players have seen before.
You can sneak through dark, shadowy alleys, go out onto the beach, out into the ocean.
You can dive in the water and wade along the coast to get the drop on the other side.
Or you can just go right down the street and bask in the neon light.
The first time I played through Miami, I could hear this 80s nightclub music playing through the walls of one of the buildings. The little
Das ist geil.
details make it lifelike and it becomes
Ich bin wirklich gespannt. Ich habe halt wirklich keine Ahnung, was ich erwarten soll.
Basically, my goal is to never be on the main street in the center because that is sniper heaven and that is Brittany hell. So I always go and try to flank and get those snipers from the back.
Our art and design teams worked really hard to bring the best possible night experience to the players. You'll see that play out when you sneak in the shadows on the beach or engage enemies in the center strip.
It really makes people feel like they're in Miami in the 80s. It's pretty cool.
Usbekistan.
NATO has learned a large Soviet missile
Die Map sieht so nach einer MW-Map aus, ne?
Special Forces dispatch alongside MI6 to ambush the convoy and secure the weapons before all hell breaks loose.
Soviet convoy disabled.
It's one of our most cinematic maps with a boots-on-the-ground feel that feels pulled from the campaign.
Your team will want to hold down and protect its own outpost to guarantee access to one of these tanks. But infantry combat doesn't take a backseat in Crossroads, as natural terrain and
Ich weiß ja nicht mit so Wagen. Ich weiß nicht, kommt sehr nah an Battlefield, ne?
There's a bunch of snowmobiles when you first spawn, and it's a mad dash to grab one. And now, running people over with the snowmobile is my favorite thing to do.
Each environment changes the dynamic of how you play and caters to unique loadouts. Crossroads is a bigger map, and that allows you to play the way you want to play.
The beaches of Miami, a frozen over lake, the open ocean. Our visual research department racked up miles visiting them all. Because if you're going to deploy around the globe in this game, that required them to do the same. The mission for our artist is absolute authenticity. Step one in that process is photo scanning thousands of real-world objects, terrains, and materials. Those assets ensure our upgraded, physically based renderer delivers the best-looking Black Ops yet. True 4K, high dynamic range with the true color and tone, ray tracing on systems that support it, photometric lighting courtesy of our Luminaire system, and overhauled contour terrain system. The result is gritty, it's believable, I dare say it's got ambience. Most importantly, it sets the perfect stage for multiplayer combat. On that note, here's Matt with more on the modes and missions.
Game modes, okay.
We've talked a little bit about where you'll play, but let's talk about what you'll play when you get there. In Black Ops Cold War, our classic game modes are returning and they're better than ever. From the tried and true Team Deathmatch, Domination,
Okay, Team Deathmatch
Search
is
and
good.
Destroy, to the return of the competitive game mode
Oh,
Control.
Uzi. Oh,
We've
Uzi,
taken
okay.
a fresh eye to all of your favorites.
Oh,
We're
shit.
encouraging more meaningful gameplay with larger capture zones and domination. We're updating spawn systems in Hardpoint. And now we show you where the next hardpoint will spawn so you can regroup, rotate, and set up for the next fight. Across all of our classic modes, we're working hard to make this the most rewarding and competitive multiplayer experience yet. And while your go-to modes are coming back better than ever, let's talk about the innovative new modes you'll be going to next. With that, let me introduce you to my teammate Marquise Gladney, who's here to tell you about the brand new multiplayer experience we call VIP Escort.
VIP Escort began with a question. How can we create a game mode inspired by the kind of real-life, totally true, but completely redacted Black Ops that first inspired this franchise? The result is Extraction in its purest form, a new 6-on-6 objective-based game mode we call VIP Escort. In Black Ops, we normally task you with fighting, But VIP Escort turns that on its head with a new mechanic. If you're selected as a VIP, your #1 job, it's to live. In this team-based op, your team will try to escort you off the map or eliminate the other team trying to stop you. As VIP, you'll skip create a class, you're too important after all. Instead, you'll deploy with a kitted out pistol, a smoke grenade, a spy plane for team intel, and a whole lot of hope that your team knows what the hell it's doing. The mission? Stay alive and escape the map. To do so, you'll need to reach one of 2 possible exfil sites, which rotate over the course of the match to keep teams on their toes. There are stakes here. If you die, that ends the round. But team up and you can get your squad back on their feet quickly via last stand and revive. Each team's choices and tactics create layers of strategy and counterplay, injecting the best of Black Ops themes directly into this competition. Will your team pull Cold War mind games and misdirection by splitting up the squad to draw fire and create distractions for the VIP? Or is a full-on assault more their style? Will they travel ahead and scout, run protection detail, or take a bullet for you Secret Service style? My personal keys to victory? I stick close and escort the VIP and defend them at all costs. If the VIP doesn't make it out alive,
Das ist ein interessanter Modus, muss ich
this
sagen.
new deniable operation only scratches the surface of what it means to play Cold War multiplayer.
Up next, we want to share another new way to play that goes above and beyond that classic 6v6 experience you've come to expect. Combined Arms is where multiplayer gets bigger and badder, bringing together the best of multiplayer's large-scale battles by combining infantry and vehicular gameplay into a single cohesive combat experience. In Combined Arms Domination, players will deploy into 12 versus 12 battles, each customized and unique to its own environment. But these battles aren't just bigger or more chaotic. We've worked hard to ensure the 2 levels of boots on the ground and all-out vehicular warfare complement and enhance one another on each map. Tanks, snowmobiles, wake runners, gunboats, and more.
12 gegen 12.
Amplify the action, sure, but they also create jaw-dropping moments right in the middle of the fight. The way I personally play Combined Arms depends on my mood. If I'm going for the win, it's rally time, and I'm pushing to capture every objective on the map. Whether that means loading up a gunboat on Armada or popping smokes so my team can cross the frozen lake in Crossroads, I'm putting my try-hard pants on and making it happen. And that's the thing, in Combined Arms, almost anything can happen. I'll seek out fun moments that aren't possible in other modes, like ziplining onto the enemy ship and seeing how long I can last before getting taken out. At launch, you can expect even more Combined Arms maps and modes, each tailored and tuned to bring the most fun, frenetic action this format can deliver. Take Armada, our most unique map to date. You saw earlier that the only life preservers on this sea-based map are your tactics, as each capture zone requires a different approach.
Das ist schon geil.
With a 2-seater wake runner,
Ich weiß nicht, ob das was für mich ist. 12 gegen 12. Ich glaube, ich bin eher so der Standardtyp, ne? So Team Deathmatch.
Armada is Combined Arms Domination realized, bringing high stakes, high-speed combat to the high seas. On Crossroads, you'll trade your wetsuit for a snowsuit, fighting for control of Soviet bunkers across the frozen tundra. With high-powered tanks patrolling the frozen lake and surrounding roads, you'll need to choose how to take on those slow movers. So whether you're hopping onto a snowmobile for a quick flank or rolling up your sleeves and sticking on some C4, the story is yours to write in Combined Arms Domination. That's it for Deniable Operations for now. We've ziplined, crossed frozen lakes, and dipped into Miami's beaches. That's really just the start of the full Deniable Ops experience. Add up the work on your favorite classic game modes to the arrival of new modes like VIP Escort and Combined Arms Domination, and it all stacks up to our most ambitious multiplayer yet. One you can play any way you want and in new ways you never expected. If you're a Call of Duty League fan, we have a bunch of new stuff lined up just for you. Stay tuned. This may be a multiplayer game built for everyone, but these will be your Deniable Operations. And now, I'll turn it over to Tony to talk about what we mean when we say signature combat.
Thanks, Matt. Now, a lot has changed for us since the first Black Ops game. From our development pipelines to totally new technologies. But some things haven't changed. And after over a decade of making Black Ops games, we're more inspired than ever to keep honing in on that authentic, classic Black Ops feel, all while taking it to new heights.
Oh, signature
now we
combat.
know that to you, combat is more than just pointing and shooting. It's about how your operator moves and weaves through your surroundings. It's feeling the power of your weapon, how it reacts in your hands. It's the sound of bullets storming past you, the rattle and bang of firing your weapon. In Cold War, we're back to plausible, authentic, boots-on-the-ground combat. And that has allowed us to not only refine the feel of the game, but build on all the classic foundations of Black Ops. Heads-up gameplay, automated healing, and
Sniper, okay.
Keeping your
Ich bin gespannt, aber
in front of
wirklich.
our minds has also inspired a fresh wave of thinking across our creative class and score streak system.
Ach nee. Shotgun.
Unprecedented transparency to your planning and cinematic wow moments to when you're playing. Now, innovating systems while still capturing that signature Black Ops super smooth feel is a notoriously tricky thing to get just right, and we put everything we have into it for each game. This is an absolute team effort, so I brought some of my friends from the combat team to help tell you about our initiatives for this game and how they've resulted in signature combat that feels just right. Here's Max Porter to start us off.
We've taken lessons learned from across Black Ops and the entire Call of Duty franchise to land on a truly best-in-class weapon experience. The gun is almost always right in front of you and must look great. From a gun seams down to its grime, the level of detail in Black Ops Cold War has never been higher. But our weapons also need to move in a realistic manner. You'll feel it in this game, whether you're clocking from long range or firing from the hip. When we think about a gun, we think about the way it looks, the way it's going to move, but a big part of a gun's personality is the sound that it makes. It's like the bark of a dog.
Ja, Sound ist sehr wichtig, ne? Alter, zumindest nicht so viel rede, aber ich will unbedingt hören, was die da reden, ne? Und die Grafik ist schon verdammt geil.
Multifaceted approach to how weapons look, animate, and sound that together defines the feel of Cold War's signature gunfighting experience. Here's Alvin with a debrief on some of the other combat systems waiting for you in Cold War.
Create a class. Oh,
Let's talk about two of the most significant and impactful features of multiplayer. Create a class and score streaks. Our goal with Create a Class in Cold War is to empower you without making trade-offs. This year, better starts with simpler. Create a Class will be a slot-based system. No longer governed by allocations or the Pick 10 system, you'll always boast a full class of a primary, secondary, lethal, tactical, field upgrade, and a set of perks. Field upgrades are items placed in the world to give your team an advantage. You can earn them solely based on time, not score. And they are the only type of game content that works on a cooldown that lasts.
Abwehr ist geil.
Wild cards are back. In this system, in every class, you can pick one of 4 wild cards that let you do things like load your primary weapon with up to 8 attachments, carry up to 6 perks, double the number of lethals and tacticals you have, or carry 3 primary perks from any mix of categories. Of course, a key component of Create a Class
Krieg 6, Junge, der Name. Gunsmith, okay, nice.
In Black Ops Cold War, there are more optics and attachments to unlock and configure than ever before. Every primary weapon can be customized with 54 attachments across 8 different nodes or attachment points, with at least 6 options per attach point. By default, you can equip 5 attachments, or 8 with the Gunfighter wildcard. For the first time, Gunsmith will show you what equipping an attachment does as a positive or negative percentage. You can now build backwards, speccing out the perfect gun for results you want to see in the field. This takes the guesswork out of the system and helps us on our never-ending quest to make the most balanced Call of Duty game you've ever played.
Score streaks, nice.
There's one more thing I need to talk about. First up, we've updated score streaks so that earned score is kept through death. This change gives all players a chance to engage with score streaks, one of the most visceral and fun experiences across multiplayer's signature combat. If you do go on a streak and string together multiple kills before your own death, streak score bonuses help you earn into these higher-powered score streak tiers. To prevent score streak spam, each score streak will go on a cooldown after it's used to pace out frequency.
UAV.
So, what score streaks are we talking about? Well, your favorites are back, but we've also got a few surprises. Score streaks in Cold War can be used in all the classic ways: to aid in taking an objective, to save your team, to break up the pace of the game with a fun new experience. We've also tailored strategy into the system, as score streaks can often be neutralized with a counter score streak. And And now I'll pass it over to Sunny to share more about our operators and how they move in Black Ops Cold War.
Elites, covert, powerful. When you play as a Cold War operator, you won't just step into the boots of a highly trained precision instrument. Every movement will have a purpose. To increase the fidelity and feel of even the smallest elements, modelers, animators, and concept artists all work side by side, planning for every
Ist schon geil, wenn jeder so einen einzigartigen Run hätte.
and position.
Wäre schon lustig.
Thanks to increased dynamic bone counts, we've been able to enhance the effects of physics and gravity on what you carry, from the weight of your gear, like pouches and grenades, to the way a wallet chain or rope sways as you sprint. Your entire operator will move more naturally than ever. Here's 4 specific ways movement has improved through new cutting-edge techniques in animation and programmatic movement. The first is sprint takeoff. This is the feature that gives your operator a running start. You start with a little sprint and then it slows down to normal speed. This lets you feel the momentum of like where you're going and where you're going to end up. We wanted to preserve the fluidity and fun of an operator's ability to slide. In Black Ops Cold War, when you slide, you start and end in a crouch position in a believable way. This allows 2-player movement states to function better as one, all while improving gameplay and enhancing pace. Footstep control also plays a big part of the new movement system. Go faster and you'll make more noise. Of course, we still have Ninja as a perk, but Ninja is no longer the only way to keep quiet. Whether or not you're crouched, how loud you get is now directly tied to how fast you're moving. Lastly, we've incorporated a classic jump with a much more natural height, which will very briefly slow you down on landing. Our goal in all of these movement mechanics is to ensure operators' actions are not just authentic, but intuitive. When you press a button or a key, you should always feel in control of your operator. And this system has been built to translate your decisions into dynamic movement more seamlessly than ever. The era of the game might be the 80s, but the characters you play will move and shoot like the world's most highly skilled operators.
Signature
Nice.
combat. It isn't just how a gun is shot, it's how that gun feels, how it sounds, how it's designed to create a combat experience. And combat isn't just about conflict, it's also movement. So the fluid ways in which your operators shift around the AO and carry the gear you outfit them in is just as important as the choices you give them. Choices like the overhauled Create Class system, or all those attachment possibilities in Gunsmith, or the new ways you can earn and deploy score streaks in the thick of battle. These combat initiatives work together to deliver the most intuitive, plausible, authentic, boots-on-the-ground experience possible, and they're at the heart of Black Ops Cold War. Now on that note, I'd like to introduce Miles, who's going to discuss some of the biggest innovations yet.
Okay, connected experience.
All right, everyone, let's talk Warzone. You've seen how we're pouring it all into the Cold War multiplayer experience, but let's confirm it right here, right now. Black Ops Cold War will also usher in the next evolution of Call of Duty Warzone, continuing and expanding the blockbuster Battle Royale free-to-play experience. And it'll be a true evolution, with Warzone not merely picking up where the Modern Warfare climax left off narratively, but also interweaving the themes, locations, weapons, and vehicles of Black Ops Cold War right into the action.
Das ist geil.
Cold War and Warzone will also share post-launch content from a narrative standpoint across both the Battle Pass system and item shop content. This interlinks Call of Duty in ways that evolve the Warzone experience while delivering jaw-dropping moments. So yeah, you can expect some surprises along the way. One surprise we're avoiding is the feeling of starting over. It's important to us that you can still use your characters and weapons and progression-related items, which is why investment and progress in Cold War is reflected in Warzone. While these are two very big games, from the beginning they've been built to work together. Your player experience is everything to us. So we're making sure Black Ops Cold War and Warzone share progression, with much of your previously earned Modern Warfare content, from weapons to cosmetics, still available for use in both Warzone and Modern Warfare. We're collaborating with our studio partners across Call of Duty to preserve continuity while building a new chapter of Warzone that'll immerse you into all of the best elements of Black Ops Cold War. That's multiple studios totally committed to continuing this new tradition of insanely fun,
Warzone bin ich jetzt nicht so der Fan davon, aber
we can't wait for you
mal
to
schauen.
discover Dance, and all of Call of Duty will evolve in the year ahead. But that sense of interconnectedness, it extends beyond just Warzone. That's why I'm excited to confirm that Black Ops Cold War will not only support cross-platform play and progression, but will also deliver cross-generation play to the game. That's because Black Ops Cold War is, at its heart, a connected experience. And playing together on whatever platforms you prefer only betters that experience. Cross-play and cross-progression across current and
Just like
next-generation
banana.
systems across all modes. That won't be easy, but it's worth it
Jetzt
to
schon
allow
nice
fans
aus.
who have never had a chance to play together to squad up and
Barracks,
deploy,
ooh.
no barriers between them. And with the Battle Pass system delivering a steady stream of
Ich würd wieder so gern so Kisten, wo man was bekommt, oder nur wenn man spielt. Nicht, dass man da was kaufen kann. Das wäre geil.
Call of Duty experience, making it the deepest game in franchise history. Vaughn, where do we go next?
Yeah, Miles. On the subject of platforms, we've got a very special guest, Mark from Enox.
Hey, what's up, Van? On behalf of Enox, we are extremely excited and proud to bring Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War to Battle.net as the lead PC developer. PC continues to be a critically important pillar of game development for the Call of Duty franchise. In addition to the major improvements we have made to Call of Duty PC in the past, including uncapped frame rates, high refresh rate support, and customized field of view, we're always looking for ways to improve features and customizable settings. One of the biggest improvements this year is that the Black Ops engine now runs on DirectX 12. This has led to a huge improvement in terms of performance and latency reduction. For players who prioritize immersive gameplay, we have a great partnership with NVIDIA to bring ray traced effects, performance accelerating deep learning super sampling or DLSS, and reflex latency optimization technology. We will implement ray traced shadows and ambient occlusion to improve the quality of light shadow and sunlight shadow. This improves surface and contact detail and fixes problems associated with traditional shadow mapping.
Das ist schon geil, Alter, wie weit die Technik heutzutage ist, Alter, leck mich fett.
Also, we will be implementing AI-powered DLSS, so players will be able to increase their frame rate while maintaining the visual quality of the game. For players looking for better responsiveness, we've integrated the reflex low latency technology to lower system latency. This combines both GPU and game optimization. We're also happy to announce that Reflex will be coming to Call of Duty Warzone in the future. We have so much more to talk about, but right now I would like to hand it back to David Van Der. Van?
We've declassified a whole lot today, and one thing is clear. Black Ops Cold War is here, and it's ushering in a new chapter of deniable operations that are undeniably Call of Duty at its very best. Realistic, plausible, gritty. You've seen our team-wide commitment to storytelling, infusing the story and spirit of the Cold War narrative into everything we do, even in multiplayer. You've seen our emphasis on authenticity shine through every location, every weapon, every vehicle, every character. Each one telling a story we can't wait for you to uncover and experience. You've seen us challenge ourselves to not only innovate on classic game modes, but introduce a new generation of instant classics. Modes like VIP Escort and Combined Arms Domination.
Ich habe schon ein Gameplay von Team Deathmatch so gesehen.
Played today, and it's just the start, as we've got massive drops of free content planned post-launch, including new and limited time modes. No matter what type of multiplayer gamer you are, you'll find something for you. Tying it all together is that signature combat you love. Grounded and always realistic, you'll move fast and fluid, feel powerful when you need to be, and customized just the way you want to be. The new Creative Class and Score Streak systems give you even more of what you love, infusing more control and cinematic moments with less friction between you and the gameplay than ever before. And this is a true connected experience. Warzone and Cold War. The events in one will impact the events in the other, expanding Call of Duty in new ways you've never seen before. And Black Ops Cold War is not only a cross-platform game, but it's also a cross-generation cross-platform game. Now, that should be the end of our show, but this wouldn't be a Black Ops multiplayer reveal without some Black Ops-style mind games. We have talked a lot today about what Black Ops is, how it feels, what it does, But for over 10 years, Black Ops is also something else. A game that consistently presses the boundaries about what multiplayer means. Our team relentlessly looks for opportunities to offer new types of multiplayer experiences. In Black Ops Cold War, we're excited to be launching an entire new category of multiplayer gameplay called Fire Team.
Okay, what the fuck?
This new format of multiplayer brings together everything that we loved about making Cold War and everything you'll love about playing Cold War. Across every Fire Team mission and mode, you'll discover some of the most imaginative game loops we have ever designed. The Fire Team format allows us to emphasize teamwork and reward creativity. And it allows you to do things you've never done in Black Ops multiplayer before. You'll fight in squads of 4 called Fire Teams. You'll deploy into larger maps, play fast, pushing through multiplayer objectives and modes that demand quick thinking. The action won't just affect you, but the environment you battle in. Enter Fire Team Dirty Bomb, one of the most unique game loops we've ever imagined. You and your team must search for uranium. Then, deliver that uranium to Dirty Bombs positioned around the map. Deposit uranium and detonate the bomb. Now, avoid radioactive fallout as you navigate a toxic battlefield. Every decision you make impacts your survival rate and your success rate. We can't wait to tell you even more about Fire Team Dirty Bomb and the other Fire Team modes and maps in the weeks ahead as we get closer to our public beta. I guess there's only one thing left to do. Let's play Black Ops Cold War.
Da bin ich gespannt jetzt. Scheiße. Jetzt wird gezockt, oder was? Ja, das haben wir schon gesehen.
Threat neutralized.
You're here because you're the best special forces NATO has to offer.
You're all that keeps the world from turning to cinders, comrades.
We work off the books.
Operate in the shadows.
Wir haben es zwar schon gesehen, aber egal, ich will das Gameplay noch sehen.
Today, we reshape the world.
Die Musik ist so geil.
Let them come.
Go, go, go! Time to punch that top guard. Secure the sub.
I'll take care of this.
Boom.
I'll drive.
Big Papa kick the war around. And that's how it goes.
Keep pushing. Yo, over here.
Hola, amigo.
Moin, was geht?
Ole, streamst du?
Ich stream nicht, aber ich habe Aufnahme, wie gesagt.
Moin.
Also zu den Classic Game Modes wurde halt fast gar nichts gesagt, ne? Das ist so scheiße.
Gesagt?
Es wurde halt gesagt, dass 3 neue Game Modes drin sind. Jetzt kommt noch Gameplay. Und Score Streaks ist wieder zurück und so. Oh, nice. Zombies.
Zombie.
Ach du Scheiße. Okay, es sieht schlimmer aus als es zuvor. Oh du Scheiße. Ich werde Zombies nicht zocken.
Ich würde so oder so nicht zocken, aber Alter.
Ich werde mir auf jeden Fall COD Cold War holen. Digga, wann kommt eigentlich Gameplay? So, jetzt Gameplay? Hoffentlich.
Welcome to the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War worldwide multiplayer reveal. The devs and Prayer just gave us our first look into the details around the next generation of global combat for Cold War multiplayer, so thank you, team.
We are pumped to start showcasing all the different deniable operations and signature combat experiences they've been talking about. This right here is where we step into the awesome chaos of multiplayer, and wow, does what they've got on tap this year look good.
We're going live with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War multiplayer.
Ah, jetzt kommt Gameplay. Nice.
Dozens of top creators and CDL pros from across the planet, from their homes to our studio to you in a way and scale we've never done before.
Oh, da ist auch Haptik dabei. Oh mein Gott.
And we'll be on board with them to get you all the action from their point of view.
Right here is the place where we're giving you the goods. Core 6v6 style Black Ops modes like TDM, Kill Confirmed, and Domination.
Oh, TDM, nice.
Wreak some havoc in brand new modes like Combined Arms, which just happens to include the vehicle-fueled warfare we gave you a little taste test of earlier. This unprecedented worldwide reveal also means that you're about to get your first good look at the highly competitive VIP Escort mode.
And as a bonus for everyone watching this stream, we'll also talk about how Treyarch is approaching free post-launch content for Black Ops Cold War, as well as how they've optimized multiplayer for PlayStation 5.
This sounds awesome! Are you ready?
Holy shit, yes, I am ready!
Let's do this!
What's up, guys? I'm Nameless, and I'm here to make sure that you guys don't miss any of the crazy moments that we have throughout the day. We have some of the top streamers from around the entire world
shit,
itching
jetzt
to
kommt's.
play Cold War, and we're going to be kicking it off here very shortly. These guys have been streaming. These are your favorite guys playing, different games that we've had over the years, and playing up some of them on the screen right now. We are going to have some of the guys that I've been loving to play with and
Okay, davon kenne ich keine.
Gaming, Drifter, Cat Conti, Cat Gun, Legion, from Twitch from all over the world. One of my
Noah, oh, Noah kenne ich, Nickmax kenne ich auch.
Sean J Gaming and also Marksman. I can't wait to watch these guys.
Tim the Tat, oh, Trimax, oh mein Gott, nein.
Was soll das heißt jetzt?
Der streamt mit Tame the Tatman, TP und Symphony.
Ja, über was denn?
Black Ops Cold War.
Ja, und?
Keine Ahnung, es kommt jetzt.
Ach, du meinst das Spiel?
Ja.
Ach, erklär doch, ey.
Die streamen das jetzt, Alter. Oh mein Gott, nein.
Erklär doch, ich bin richtig verwirrt.
Trimax ist so lost, Alter. Leck mich fett.
Das ist der größte Lost in jeder Community.
Ja.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm so excited to be here. Obviously, we love revealing these things, and well, I cannot wait to jump into the gameplay. The trailers, they just look so darn good.
Yeah, it's like death taxes, and we know we've got a new Call of Duty every year, and I'm excited to get into this and look at all, the new modes, the new vehicles, all the stuff we're going to touch on, whether it's for casual player, competitive player. We're going to go through all the cool features this game has. We've obviously had some eyes on with it, seen some of the players playing it, looked at some of the internal stuff, and it's just really cool, like the passion and excitement. Well, you saw from all the devs, everybody's ready to get this game out there for people to play.
Okay.
Yeah, just so many new things that we're going to be taking a look at, just so many new features. As Nameless was saying, this map entirely on water. There's vehicles you can take around the map. You can play on the boats. There's going to be 5 different zones. It's first to 400, and well, there's just so many.
Ich kenne den nicht mal.
Alright, so what,
Ah doch, Noah J, okay, doch, den kenne ich.
Natürlich kennst du Noah J, what the fuck?
Noah J kenne ich.
It's awesome to see his success, and obviously a very talented Call of Duty player in his own right. We'll see if he can hit with a sniper. Just
TP ist drin, Dismo kenne ich auch noch.
you've got a full laundry list
Der
of
geht gerade vielfach Kill gemacht, ja, Mann.
is Noah J hitting shots.
And just right away, you look at this map, you look at this gameplay, and doesn't it just look like Treyarch? The color palette pops out. You have so many different attacks.
Okay, die haben ein paar Lecks, Leute.
You see the kill.
Hollow, oh, Hollow ist auch, den kenne ich auch.
Ey, hast schon Hololive eng gesehen?
Was?
Hololive eng.
Nee.
Englisch, die sind raus. 5, naja.
Okay, nice. Muss ich nachher mal gucken. Prestige is Key, lol, den kenne ich auch. Puzzle Tag Espresso, what the fuck? Kenn ich nicht.
Yeah, it's what Nameless was saying. Just this is like what the first map that's completely on water. You already see score streaks coming in. I believe that was a attack chopper in as he is just dominating the other team, but still a tight race in the score department.
Yeah, I mean, his first clip when he first tweeted out, I was watching as you guys were introing it. You know, we're going through the devs, and he goes, "Sniping is back." Noah's so excited. You see the
Anscheinend soll Snipen wieder heftig sein, Sascha.
Was heißt?
Es ist so wie in Black Ops 2 und Black Ops 3, das Snipen
Oh!
anscheinend.
Das ist ja wieder ein Altmodus, der kein Flieger.
Ja, ja. Alter, im Kalten Krieg mit Jetpacks, what the fuck?
Das ist alles möglich sein. Das ist ein Spiel, okay?
Ja, aber die haben ja, sie wollen es so realistisch machen wie möglich.
Ja, genau, ich erinnere Black Ops 3.
Ja, aber Cold War ist ja nach einer echten Begebenheit.
Das ist mir egal.
Aber die neuen Modi sind eher so an Battlefield angelehnt, weißt du?
Das ist mir egal.
Es gibt 5 Dinge, die man einnehmen muss.
Du meinst jetzt bei Herrschaft?
Ja, ich weiß nicht, ob das Herrschaft heißt, aber sieht mal danach aus,
Ja,
ich denke eher, es ist sowas.
Das ist dann eher so wie ein Battlefield-Modus, wo dieser ganz große mit 5 Punkten, ne?
Ich denke sowas wie, ja, wie jetzt in Modern Warfare Bodenkrieg.
Mhm. Okay.
Riestar kenne ich nicht. Ich denke, das ist in Spanier. Da ist einfach einer Hachi Hatsch.
Gesundheit, sag ich, ne?
Oh, Tim the Tatman wurde getötet. Jericho kenne ich auch noch. Digga, wenn Haptik drin ist, Digga, ich raste aus.
Hast nicht gesagt, wer drin?
Er hat gesagt, er hat Gameplay, aber ich weiß nicht, ob er es gespielt, ob er auch streamt heute. Weil er ist halt kein richtiger Streamer, er ist nur ein Content Creator.
I love Jericho. That guy's a beast.
He loves to have fun, and that's what's important. You know, he's trying to show off the
Jeder spielt Sniper, Alter. What the frick?
A little bit. I mean, they've had some experiences. Well, this is Sky's one of the CDL pros. He was an MVP candidate for us, but here you go. You see him taking a boat, trying to capture this A zone, and yeah, swimming. Well, when was the last time you saw swimming? What, Black Ops 3, right? So, you know, you have these different features from past titles in this game.
We'll see what he can do from the sneaky underwater positions, but yeah, just working the objective for now. As his team, I think, doesn't have a single cap as of now. But remember, we're going to be hopping through a variety of matchups, right? There's a lot of players playing this.
Oh, da wird der gesniped.
If you're wondering why the score looks a little bit different, we're just hopping through a ton of different POVs and showing you
Marksman kenne ich nicht.
down throughout the course of the day. As we go right over to Marksman, and he's in a boat looking to get busy.
He's got a turret on him as well.
Alter, das Geschütz von dem Ding, what the fuck?
That's a nice headshot. Marksman, known for his destroy. He has been playing Call of Duty for so long since, I mean, we've been involved. So great to see him involved today. But yeah, just patrolling the area right now with this boat. And well, Swag, he's getting aggressive. He's got the MP5, the classic MP5, and you can just hear Tim yelling.
Yes, Tim, I get it. I'm not a father, but I am also bald, and I know it makes life a little bit more difficult. But Tim, there is love out there for bald men like us, and you're an absolute beast. But yeah,
oh, Tim the Tatman.
Swag with an MP5 in hand looks to be very natural.
Yeah, getting aggressive, right? You watch him play Warzone, he gets busy. Tim, on the other hand,
oh, Nick Merckx ist auch dabei, okay.
Yeah, a lot of these guys, they're used to Modern Warfare. It's going to take them some time to get used to the movement throughout the maps, and nice shots by Tim. He's rocking that assault rifle.
Clip it and ship it. Well, it's going to be interesting, too. You've seen, like,
they talked a little bit about the score streak stuff and how it's going to work, right? That's going to carry on through death, and depending if you're getting a
Als ob Ninja nicht dabei ist.
multiplayer to work with.
Das wundert mich aber.
One thing I kind of like is, you know, we've talked about sort of score streak spam in the past when somebody's going off. The fact that there's going to be kind of a cooldown on it, so there won't be that same spam, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I'm excited to see how it works in the various pub modes, but we'll take a look at kind of the loadout screen as he's changing, getting into a different one. I think that's courage we're hearing as well. Maybe a little squad.
At least I do, so that's what I'm going to go looking for.
All right, so Drifter, you're hearing his strategy around the zone. He likes to get in the water, likes to get busy, just trying to look around him, man. It just looks so darn good in this area. All the different graphics, all the different colors.
I was actually thinking about that. Like, it's actually crazy. It's actually crazy, like how wild, like just water graphics have gotten. Now that's like a silly thing to talk about. When you think about years and years and years ago, like various games, like it's just nutty how far it's come.
They're all above me. If I try to go out any other way, oh god.
Trying to figure out what he wants, but I just love the 74U. It's always
Da ist einer drauf.
guns back from COD 4, back from Black Ops 1. I am so excited that he's back here in Cold War. Nice shots by Drifter with that headshot, taking down Hutch. Hutch. As he just continues to go around this zone, and well, it is the that's not Hutch.
Well, that's Karma.
That's
That
Karma.
is one of the greatest Call of Duty players of all time. Absolute monster.
And he's actually one of my favorites to watch at the beginning of the games because he is always switching it up, trying different weapons. Like the guy just loves playing got.
No, he just loves the game. He really loves the game. I think a little bit of trash talk that was coming from his former teammate and scump, Seth Abner. Absolute monster. Yeah, I'm not sure who Seth Abner is, but yeah, Seth Abner, absolute beast. Okay. Well, maybe to a different.
Wait. Oh, he was watching Scump.
Oh.
He wasn't even playing. We were watching Scump. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay. I was wondering why I was hearing kind of Seth's callouts more than anything. And this is a naval. What's going on with his hair, Joe?
I mean, listen, the guy, as a boat just flew off. I don't know what was going on. Nice shots, takes down Courage. I don't know. You know, he didn't have the best year for the Seattle Surge, and listen, he's trying to earn some subs.
He goes by Deputy.
Okay, Symphony, what the fuck, kenn ich nicht. Courage kenne ich.
This is a guy whose company we've enjoyed a lot this year playing Call of Duty with. Symphony, absolute monster, one of the most talented.
Ich will mal gucken, wer bei den Deutschen streamt.
The guy is nutty, and well, you can see how accurate he can be. There's Hutchy Poo. How you doing, sir?
Hutch back in the boat. Back in the boat. Is he just gonna get it? Get on the turret as well. Tried to take down the player's zip line.
Ja, try makes me Black Ops Cold,
I don't know, man. Watching the player's zip line, it just looks so smooth. The pace they go at, it looks incredible.
No, it really does. Because this could be a fun mode to. I mean, what's the? As much as we can talk about different maps and competitive and 3 lanes or sandbox, wherever it is, like at its core, Call of Duty is just fun. And this just looks like it's
Also das will ich gucken.
because I'm at the most comfortable in the water.
Nick Max kenne ich.
I'm a modern day Aquaman.
You
No, I hate the ocean. I'll be honest with you. I'm terrified of open water. No.
Yeah, you don't seem like a big swimmer to me.
Nope. Terrified of sharks. That's what they need to add. Just sharks, dude. You're in there.
Like a score streak. You call it Jaws? Call it Jaws? I like that.
I'm with that.
You're fucking high.
Oh.
I don't think
Was?
he's very pleased with how that gunfight just went for him.
No, he got smoked.
Nur 2 Deutsche wurden eingeladen, okay?
You get headshot in Call of Duty, that messes with you, but Nick, we know